Okay, good morning. Thank you for being patient with us today, and welcome to Cerner Corporation. I'm really excited and pleased to have you all here today at our world headquarters, and especially excited to highlight a collaboration between some great partners that's taking place in our community. And this is a partnership that I particularly believe represents one of the most promising talent development efforts we have going in our region today. So my name is Laura Evans, and I have executive responsibilities here at Cerner for several growing workforce efforts, specifically including our regional talent development strategies. I also have the pleasure of serving as the president of the Northland CAPS board. So I'm wearing a couple hats here in front of you today. Before we begin, I want to be sure and welcome our special guests, and we have quite a few of them, starting with the students you see here behind me. These are all Northland CAPS students, and you'll get to hear from a couple of them today in our program. Gov Jay Nixon, who we are particularly honored to have here with us today, as well as Dr. John Jasinski. He is the president of Northwest Missouri State University. Donna Deeds, who's the executive director of the Northland CAPS program, and Mike Stradinger, CEO of Holland 1916. And by virtue of their special seats down here, that gives you a hint that they will be part of our program today. We also have all of the district superintendents here who are part of the Northland CAPS consortium, and also two of the presidents of metropolitan community colleges here in the region, and a board member, I'm guessing, as well. So thank you all for being here, and if I've missed any other dignitaries, please just know that you are welcome, and I look forward to meeting with you afterwards. Today we're highlighting the designation of Northland CAPS as an innovation education campus by the state of Missouri. What does that mean, you might be thinking? Well, by definition, an innovation education campus in our state is a partnership between K-12, post-secondary, and industry. But from our perspective, we see it as a critical step toward fundamentally closing the loop between those who prepare our future workforce and those who hire them. As some of you probably know, Cerner is a growth company. We sit at the intersection of two complex and fast-changing industries, healthcare and technology. We were founded in Kansas City 35 years ago, and we remain committed to the city and to the region. It's the home of our world headquarters where we sit today, as well as over 9,500 of our associates and counting. They call this community home. The most recent evidence of our growth you might be aware of as we broke ground on our newest local campus late in the fall called The Trails, which will house more than 16,000 new jobs and associates by the time it is complete. That workforce growth is something that I spend a fair amount of time thinking about. And I truly believe that initiatives like this one that we're here to recognize today will be the key, or will be a key, to our ability to fill those jobs with highly skilled and local talent. The number one question that I get asked in my role is, what skills and/or degree do I need to get a future job at Cerner? The pace of change in both technology and our markets makes it difficult for me to give a specific answer that I know might be true even 3 or 4 years from now. What I can say with great confidence is that we will need individuals who can problem solve, who learn and adapt in an environment of ever-increasing complexity, who can communicate and collaborate effectively with others, and who understand what it means to provide value to clients. Not coincidentally, these are the same kinds of capabilities that students are developing through the hands-on, profession-based learning opportunities that they are exposed to as a part of the CAPS program. On top of that, the students put into practice, daily practice, other pretty basic professional skills that all employers value regardless of industry. The students will be the best evidence of the success of this approach, so I encourage you to listen closely to their comments, and then also take advantage of the larger group after we are done here today. Ask them about what they learn, ask them about how they learn, and ask them how they think it is going to affect their preparation for future jobs. Before I turn over the microphone to a fellow innovator and Northland CAPS business partner, I want to highlight one other thing. This innovative education partnership between the 6 Northland districts, the 2 regional post-secondary organizations, and literally hundreds of local businesses is really just getting started. We've begun to scratch the surface of what we can do together, and it will require consistent, committed, active participation by all the parties to define what an innovative education partnership can really accomplish. Cerner does not take this collaboration lightly. We seek the same qualities in our partners as we do in the talent that we hire. We have found the organizations represented here today to be committed to collaborating with us and others on how to more effectively prepare local talent for future jobs. Though each come from a slightly different culture and with a different perspective, and in some cases, different groups of stakeholders, we all share a common vision for a more nimble education approach that supports the unique needs and the opportunities for growth in this region. And that's something I think we can all be excited about. So now let me introduce my friend and fellow industry representative, Mike Stradinger, CEO of Holland 1916. Mike has been at the table with us since day one and brings a really great first-hand perspective on how local businesses can partner with Northland CAPS. Mike?
Awesome. Thank you. My name is Mike Stradinger, and I am a manufacturer. How many of you had a parent or a teacher recommend to you that you should go into manufacturing? Now you understand why I'm standing up here. I've got a problem. We can advertise jobs in the paper. We can do it online. We have a problem with getting people to click the manufacturing tab. It's a perception problem. So we started talking to educators, and one thing led to another, and we became the host of the manufacturing strand of the Northland CAPS program. We got involved rather selfishly. We thought this was a way of changing the perception and finding future employees. And that has been the case. We actually have one young man who is a full-time employee now, and we've hired many of them as interns in the summertime. But I want to tell you why this program attracted us as opposed to other programs. This program attracted us because one of the things that we saw was missing was context. We had these kids who were studying and they couldn't understand why math was important. And then we had engineers who were really good at math but forgot to pay attention in all of the humanities courses and had a difficult time explaining why their engineering solution was a good solution. This program appealed to us because it allowed us to show kids, when they're still capable of studying a broad assortment of courses, why each one was important and why you needed all of those skills in the workplace. The second reason this was an attractive program is it involved collaboration. And we don't have a job at any of our facilities that involve one person working as an island. Everybody has to work together. This gave us the opportunity at a high level to work together with school districts. It gave us the opportunity to work with kids and teach them how to work with other people, and it gave our employees a chance to work with kids. So it offered us the collaborative aspect so that we could model it for others in a wide variety of ways. The last reason that this program was particularly appealing is because it's about our community. It was a chance for us to convince kids that had a lot of opportunities why they should stay here locally. We recognize that not all of them would stay to be manufacturers, but this program is much more than manufacturing. It has multiple strands, and the stronger our community is, the stronger our company can be. So that's the reason we began participating. Now, let me end by telling you we got a lot of benefits out of this program to date, and this is our second year, that we were not anticipating. And for those of you who are employers, please pay close attention, because these are wonderful things. First, we got to know educators, and they have recommended to us employees who weren't necessarily kids. So by networking in the community with educators who know lots of people, it has been a very good thing. We also got to demonstrate to our employees that supporting the community is important. And they are very, very proud of our participation in this program. We also were able to get our employees to become teachers. And the funny thing about teachers, and I have a much greater appreciation for teachers after having been in this program, is that teachers have to know the material really, really well. So our employees actually learn their jobs better by educating the kids. The last benefit that we got is that we have been giving the kids real-world problems that are on our to-do list. And I'm not sure if you're like me, but we have a really long to-do list. We don't necessarily give them the problems that are at the top of our to-do list, but we give them stuff that we're not going to be able to get to that's important, so important that it made our to-do list. And we have been pleasantly surprised by the quality of the work that we get from the kids. And they just absolutely eat up doing real work. So talking about real work, we have had the opportunity to be in this program for 2 years, and one of the kids that has been involved both years and been at our facilities and done projects for us is a young man by the name of Aaron Brown, and he's going to talk to you next.
Thanks, Mike. My name is Aaron Brown, and I'm a senior at Kearney High School. I participated in this program as a student both last year and this year. I am in the Engineering and Advanced Manufacturing strand. This Northland CAPS program has given me real-world skills. I can finally see the purpose of all those long hours spent in lecture halls and stuff like that in the classroom. I can use these skills that I've learned here all of my life. And the first and second year, I worked with RFID at this plant in North Kansas City called Holland Nameplate. RFID is radio frequency identification, and that is used to tag parts and assets. The average day, I would walk into Holland Nameplate, receive or continue on a project that would be utilizing lean manufacturing to improve processes. These projects aren't busy work and are real-world projects that graduates can do. Due to these projects, I feel more prepared for college and for the workforce than I could even imagine. I have encouraged many of my friends at my home high school to participate in this program. And I now hand the mic over to my peer, Sahaja.
Thank you, Aaron. Good morning. My name is Sahaja Ori. While I fix the mic. I'm a senior at Platte County High School and currently enrolled in the Northland CAPS Medicine and Healthcare strand at North Kansas City Hospital. Northland CAPS allows me to test drive the real world. I'm determined to become the first physician in my family, and Northland CAPS has provided me the opportunity to turn this dream into a reality at a young age, and has also provided me with unique experiences outside the classroom. In the simplest words, a pre-medical experience at the high school level. Northland CAPS has given me the forum to build a strong foundation for my future career in medicine. I've been involved with multiple business projects. One of them, the most memorable one, is the St. Luke's project, in which we collaborated with the Global Entrepreneurship Strand, and we worked on a project called the Athletic Heart Clinic. The Athletic Heart Clinic, we screened student athletes for heart problems, and we ended up getting 13 screenings, but out of them, we detected 3 major problems. That's 3 lives we saved. That made a difference for us. I've secured 2 internships for next semester. One of them with Cerner. I'm working with their perioperative and emergency services. The other one is with a physician in Liberty Hospital. He specializes in orthopedics. My sincere thanks to Ms. Donna Dietz, our instructors, and all our partners who put so much effort into this program, and they continue to make this program so unique in allowing us to truly explore our passions. I'm so happy to participate in today's event, and it is my honor to introduce the next speaker, without whom we wouldn't be here today. I salute to such a distinguished leader who encourages innovation in education. As governor, Jay Nixon has been a champion for improving educational opportunity at all levels. Over the past 6 years, Nixon has worked across the aisle to provide record funding for K-12 schools, hold down tuition prices at public universities, and ensure all Missouri students have the opportunity to get an affordable college degree that prepares them for a good job. The initiative we're celebrating today is another testament to his tireless efforts on behalf of Missouri students and families. We're honored to have him with us today. With that, please join me in welcoming the 55th governor of the state of Missouri, Jay Nixon.
Thank you. Thank you. Whenever anybody that's really young says they want to be a physician, you always just, everybody goes through your mind, well, will I walk into a room someday and get advice from them or not feel well and ask them to help? And I just want to say that I have 100% confidence that when that day arrives, that you'll be giving the kind of solid advice that's necessary to keep us all healthy. These are impressive young folks behind us, and the reason, quite frankly, we're here today, to make sure that we are all working together to make sure that all of the kids can live up to their God-given potential, and that we're going to be hand in glove with them to make sure that they move forward. There's a couple things to say, then we'll turn it over to the other folks. First of all, I want to thank John Jasinski and our special guest, Anna Gatlin of the USA Funds, and everybody that's here. I mean, this is what it takes to get things done now. Dr. Jasinski and I were talking. You need business working with higher education. You need community colleges at the table. You need high schools at the table. You need everybody together if we're going to continue to separate from other states and other regions and continue to lead the world in education. Now, when I took office, we knew that a partnership such as this, one between industry, educators, and communities, is critical to strengthen our growing workforce now and in the future. We knew that the competition for the jobs of the future was no longer local or regional or even national. It's a global competition. But we needed to have that balance. Folks need to be tied to their communities, but competing at a level that's international so that you can dig those roots deep in the areas you're from, but fly as high as possible. Those are difficult and challenging balances to make. And we knew that education, particularly higher education, would be the key to winning the future for our state. But instead of graduating with skills businesses needed, we saw too many students graduating with heavy burdens of debts and sometimes skills that didn't match the jobs that were out there. So we have taken specific, direct action. While other states saw tuition hikes in the double digits, we worked to keep a lid on college costs. After another tuition freeze this past year, Missouri is now #1 in the nation for holding down tuition increases at our four-year institutions. And I just want to say that Dr. Jasinski and his team, as well as Chancellor James and his team, during the years of 2009 and 2010 and early 2011, during very difficult budget years, made extremely challenging decisions to keep us within those frameworks that are now paying off. And I thank them. But equally important, we are trying as best we can as a state not to pass on the #1 graduation gift being student debt, but instead the #1 graduation gift being an outstanding opportunity to be economically independent the rest of your life. We've also worked with our higher education institutions to eliminate outdated and underperforming degree programs. One of the things that's been most underreported as far as what we've been able to do in higher education is over 100 programs that existed when I was elected that were underperforming or duplicative. We've worked together with the universities to end those programs. My golly, think of that. I mean, that is, and we did it by folks working together to make sure that institutions were focused on the things that they could have spires of excellence in their communities and in the world economy. We gave thousands of additional Missourians the opportunity to pursue degrees in high-demand fields like healthcare, information technology, advanced medical areas, advanced manufacturing. And then in 2012, we launched an initiative that brings us here today. The Missouri Innovation Campus Initiative brings colleges and universities, area businesses, and local school districts together to offer high-impact apprenticeships and accelerated degree programs that prepare students for careers in fast-growing fields. Those are easy words to say, but what's that mean? That means real-world job experience for these students. And it also means a lot more college credit while they're in high school so that when they go to college, they start ahead of the game. That helps on cost, that helps on focus, and it makes a real and lasting difference for our state. It's a simple and powerful idea. It gives students more valuable skills, greater opportunities, less time, lower cost. Working together through some very challenging times, I'm proud to report that we've made Missouri a national leader in higher education quality and affordability, both at the same time. Last year, in recognition of our efforts in this area, USA funds awarded Missouri 2 $1 million grants to expand Missouri Innovation Campus Initiative and to increase access to competency-based learning programs. In addition to Northwest Missouri State University, other Missouri institutions receiving grants made possible by USA funds include Missouri State University, the University of Central Missouri, and Truman State. This is a tremendous opportunity for these institutions and their students, and I want to express our state's appreciation to USA funds for making this possible. Let's add that fifth constituency, those non-governmental organizations that have interest in these areas, that want to see us compete. And when we do compete and outperform our neighbors, they're willing to put dollars into the pot so that programs like this can expand. So I'm grateful to Ms. Gatlin and her organization. Please know that these dollars are truly making a difference, and we are grateful to you and your association for your generosity to our state and to these organizations here. Now, with the resources made available from USA funds and the strong foundation we put in place through our Innovation Campus Initiative, we will continue to make this community a leader in workforce development and college affordability. By awarding $450,000 Missouri Innovation Campus Grant to Northwest Missouri State University and its partners, including Metropolitan Community College, we will be able to help hundreds of students in 6 area schools earn college credit, learn skills that are in demand, and participate directly in internships and apprenticeships right here in Kansas City. The upshots, students will have the opportunity to graduate from high school with college credit, helping them to earn a college degree faster and cheaper. And many will be completing internships with some of the nation's leading companies. That's a win for our colleges and universities, a win for Missouri business, and more importantly, a win for our students. It should also be noted that Northwest received an additional grant of $385,000, also made possible thanks to the generosity of USA funds, to continue their efforts to offer more competency-based education programs in these areas. So those 2 grants, $450,000, $385,000, those are competitive grants, folks, extremely competitive. This excellence is being noticed. This is further testament to Northwest leadership in preparing our students' workforce for success on the job. So again, I commend everyone here involved in the Northland CAPS Innovation Campus effort, including Northwest Missouri State, Metropolitan Community College, the school districts of Kearney, Liberty, North Kansas City, Park Hill, Platte County, and Smithville, great corporate sponsors like Cerner and Ford, the team at USA Funds, and everyone here today who helped make this possible. This is exactly the type of strong public-private partnership that we need to grow our economy and keep our state moving forward, and the type of cutting-edge approach to higher education that we want to replicate across our state and continue to lead the nation. Working together, we'll continue to unlock tremendous opportunities for students and strengthen this region's economy for many years to come. Now, with that, it is my distinct honor and privilege to introduce someone who was vital and truly instrumental in this effort. A tireless advocate for his students and strong leader for higher education in our state, Dr. John Jasinski of Northwest Missouri State University. The milestone we're celebrating today is a great example of the Bearcats' commitment to academic excellence and innovation. John Jasinski.
Well, thank you, Governor Nixon. Thanks to you and your team for your support of education. And doesn't the governor look great in green, by the way? We rise by lifting others. It's a quote from Robert Ingersoll, a 19th century figure in the United States of America. We rise by lifting others. And I think about the partnership. I think about the comments that our speakers have made. Governor Nixon, you were talking about collaboration. And I think about the rising and how we lift ourselves together. We lift our students, we lift our communities, and we do it through our business partners and certainly through our education partners. It's humbling to represent the higher ed consortium, the partnership consortium today, and our friends at Metro Community College. I can't say enough about you guys, Chancellor James and all the representatives that we have here and all of your colleagues, because Metro Community College has been tireless in their support and have been integral in this whole partnership and relationship. There's no question about it. You guys have been staunch, you've been steadfast in your support and support of really Northland CAPS, so thank you very much for what you do. And in fact, Metro Community College celebrates its 100th anniversary this year, and you truly deliver on your word of really helping out students and focusing on this whole Northland CAPS piece of profession-based education. So thank you very much for what you do. At Northwest, we're blessed by support from our board, like Metro Community College, certainly from the likes of our Chief Academic Officer, Tim Motte, but our faculty and staff that are here and back home on campus. They get it. And when I say they get it, I'm referencing the need to focus on student success, every student, every day, but also on the need to develop a highly skilled 21st century workforce to meet the emerging regional business needs that we have here in front of us. Ladies and gentlemen, successful partnerships really come through the work of creativity, continuity, and really addressing significant challenges with a positive and a very collaborative mindset. Several of us were talking earlier today that when you have this many partners, there's not a straight line and really a set way to do things, that this is kind of new territory, if you will. And you think about disruption across all of our industries are being disrupted, education and every other sector. But we're going to do that and do it together. We need help, though. And so I'd like to thank, on behalf of the higher ed partners, all of our partners, business partners and K-12 partners, I want to thank you, Governor Nixon, you and your staff and your team for your support of this designation, of the grants and so on. The Missouri Department of Higher Education, Department of Economic Development, certainly our representatives at USA Funds and the Hawthorne Foundation. We really appreciate that financial support, the overall support of saying go and be disruptive and do it for the right reason, which is, all the students behind us here. Defining characteristics of those involved with Northland CAPS include passion, leadership, and a future focus. Students, find your passion. Get after that passion and do it through Northland CAPS, and make sure your peers know about the Northland CAPS program. Business partners, thank you for your leadership. Thank you for your future focus. Mike, I know you represent so many others, and Laura, but this just can't be done without the business partner support, and we appreciate what you do. In closing, Harry Truman, his famous words, "It's amazing what you can accomplish if you do not care who gets the credit." And this kind of partnership, it's not about one institution, one school district, one business partner. It's really about all of us rising and bettering our students, bettering our workforce, and bettering our communities. Thank you for allowing Metro Community College and Northwest Missouri State University to participate in this innovative consortium. We will remain nimble, connected, collaborative, and very passionate about developing the human capital needed to grow our regional workforce and ensure our citizenry is educated, informed, and educated. Indeed, we all will rise by lifting others. And with that, I'd like to bring Donna Deeds to the podium, the Executive Director of Northland CAPS, as she represents our stellar K-12 partners.
Thank you. You know, collaboration between the world of education and the world of business is rare. And it's also rare that school districts collaborate across each other. Well, herein lies an unprecedented partnership of 6 school districts, 6 school boards, and lots of children. MCC, Northwest Missouri State University, and hundreds of business partners, all seizing the opportunity to drive economic development together. That's very rare. Well, this is much bigger than just educational institutions coming together and trying to create dual college credit for our high school students. This is bigger than that. This is a recognition that there are real and relevant skills that can only be learned in a profession-based environment. And this team of educators, throughout the crowd also, and business partners are really taking those first steps to work side by side with industry to say, what is it that we need to be producing as far as our students and the skill sets that they need? But then how do we give them recognition for that in their pathway of education? Together, this is a very unique team of innovators, and they have a very laser-like focus on economic development. They have an unusual speed of an entrepreneur, and they also are willing to let industry lead the way. Instead of learning to be in the world, our students learn in the real world every day. And that really is thanks to our satellite business partners, Cerner, Bank Liberty, Liberty Hospital, North Kansas City Hospital, and Holland 1916. Every day they have teenagers there, believe that or not. And every day those students and our instructors get to fully immerse themselves in those real business projects and those real business problems, solving those side by side with industry partners. You have a lot to expect of this team, and we won't let you down. The journey starts today. We've made some progress, but we have a lot of work to do. And now I'm going to turn it over to Laura Evans, our associate from Cerner.
Again, I just want to say thank you so much for making time for this today. It really is an exciting moment for us. We've made some progress. We have lots more work to do. As Donna said, we're excited about the partnership. We're excited about the support, financially and otherwise. This completes our program. Just a couple logistics. The speakers, Governor Nixon, will exit that way, and I believe will be available briefly for some questions. The students we will ask to exit this way with the exception of our 2 speakers, and so you all can have a chance to ask them some questions as well. Again, thank you, travel safely, and have a great day.